Welcome to Jaguars Postgame, presented by Florida Home AC. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Jaguars great Fred Taylor will break down today's game with highlights and analysis. Jaguars Postgame is brought to you by Farah and Farah, Baptist Health, and by TIAA Bank. Jaguars Postgame, presented by Florida Home AC, starts right now.
Our long national nightmare is over. The Jacksonville Jaguars have won a football game. They snap a 20-game losing skid. They had not made a field goal all season long. And then two 50-plus yard field goals from a guy who wasn't on the team 3 weeks ago. Wins it in London. Welcome into Jaguars postgame. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and a happy crew here in Jacksonville after the Jaguars win it 23-20 in one of the wildest finishes you'll see.
I'd like to make a motion. Can we skip ahead to the player of the game voting right now? Would that be possible? I have a feeling I know where it's going to go.
Unreal.
Are you kidding me? The man hits a little 54-yard draw in there into the corner pocket, which was nice. And then, boom, that last one. What a play call, right? What a play call on fourth down.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, none of us were calling for it. We're all going, oh, what are they going to do? It's a Hail Mary. What a weird formation. Yeah, pick up the first down, call the immediate timeout, and just let your short-legged kicker come out there and drill one, JP. This is a guy who hit the crossbar from 46 the last time we saw him trying one. So what a great afternoon, or morning into afternoon for the Jaguars.
Sure, and it didn't feel like that a lot of the day. The first half did not feel that way at all until the very end of the first half, and the Jags got in the end zone, had a little something going. They traded turnovers back and forth. They actually took a lead in the third quarter on the opening drive and then gave it back, and there was so many momentum shifts and swings where the Jags had it. They went for it on 3rd and 1. They tried to throw a pass. It was incomplete. 4th and 1. They were stopped, and the momentum shifted back to Miami. They go down the field and score and regain the lead. Just a back-and-forth NFL football game.
For folks who think that the referees are out to get the Jacksonville Jaguars, I would say today is Exhibit A that I don't believe that. I mean, look, if you wanted to see that ball hit Jamal Agnew's finger, I didn't think it did. You did think it did, right? I mean, you could have seen that either way. And that would have been a devastating, probably death blow to the team at that point in time. They had a few calls go their way on review today, and, look, they made some plays in the second half.
Fred Taylor with us, pride of the Jaguars running back on the phone line down in South Florida. That was a rousing victory and a long, long time coming, Fred.
JP, what's up, baby?
Hey,
Mike.
Ready?
Hey, man.
Come on.
Now we can be happy on this thing. Let's do it. Just an amazing game overall, man. Full 60 minutes. You got your full 60 minutes out of this one. And for Matthew Wright to come in and play as big as he did, it's just a dream come true for him, I'm sure. And for every bad fourth down decision, you got to convert two to win the game. And it's just a great team victory today by the guys.
Yeah, and it was a roller coaster of emotions in this game, as we were just talking about, Fred. The early start, I mean, Miami just dominated the first quarter, held the football, scored. They had a 10-3 lead at one point.
Yeah.
Made it 13-3. Jags just couldn't really find anything. Then they took the lead, lost it again, and that's what life is like most Sundays in the NFL.
Right, and I'm sitting here, just taking my notes as I prepare for the post-game show. I'm looking at every single play, every single player, just everything, the situations, and I'm being nitpicky. Like, all right, this is why we're bad, and this is why this. And then things started to change, JP. The guys that were dropping passes started to make the plays. The offensive line still was a struggle, but you expect that with some guys out. But even at the end of the day, just the resilience, having the starters out on the offensive line, had missing starters on the defensive side, newly signed kickers, the London Magic. I don't know what it is about us playing over there, but it's something that sort of makes you feel good after they come home for the most part. Just a great show of resiliency and fight for the team, man. And I'm happy Coach Meyer got his first win, and hopefully they can build on this.
Yeah, Fred, we've seen a couple of occasions where the Jags have outplayed their opponents in the first half and really looked like they were dominating teams. This is one where statistically, It really should have been more in Miami's hands. It felt like they dominated that first half, but the Jags outplayed them in the second half, and that's not something we've seen much of out of this team this year.
Oh, without a doubt, Mike. Just charting it, you're talking about Dolphins 40 plays, 259 yards. The Jaguars only ran 27 plays for 169 yards. And they finished the game. Dolphins still got the edge overall, but the Jaguars closed the gap and 431 net yards to 396 and 68 plays to 62. So they found a rhythm, and they started executing those opportunities, and they put themselves in position to get what they got today, and that's the first win of the year.
Jaguars win it. They improved to 1-5 on the season, a 23-20 win over the Miami Dolphins at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. We're awaiting the first word after the game with head coach Urban Meyer from London. And a little later, we'll have the Baptist Health locker room report as well. Plenty to get to here after a Jaguars victory, their first in over a calendar year, well over a calendar year, since week 1 of 2020. They had lost 20 consecutive games, the third longest losing skid in NFL history, the second longest since the merger. The other one, the longest, was in World War II. We were getting close to historic territory, and now that talk is over. The losing streak is gone. The Jaguars have won the game, and they get it done with a couple of Matthew Wright field goals in the fourth quarter, a 54-yarder that just curved all over the place, and the 53-yarder to win with no time left. Let's take a look at some of the key moments or key contributors in this game. And Marvin Jones is just a stud, Fred. I mean, 10 targets, 7 catches, 100 yards, his 13th career 100-yard-plus receiving game, had a touchdown with a great catch. And he's just Mr. Reliable for Trevor Lawrence, it feels like. If he needs something, he can throw it Jones's way, and most of the time he's going to come down with it.
Yeah, Marvin, he's just an amazing person. As well, JP, to add to that. But he played huge today. Jumping over guys and scored a touchdown right there in the one-on-one matchup. Catching dump-offs, trying his best to gain yardage, running over guys. And just really helping to try and put the offense on his shoulder pads, man, and be a spark, and give him some momentum. But he's just, like I said, a great person. He's a leader. He's a captain. And I think Trevor landed the right veteran receiver to sort of help him in his maturation progress as from a quarterback to receiver duo standpoint. He has a good one to lean on.
Yeah, Fred, this is not a guarantee that they all of a sudden go on a big winning streak, but what it does for them now is you saw the looks on their faces as they were celebrating on the field. This releases the pressure valve. Now that they can go out and after winning a game, they don't have that hanging over their heads, 20, 21. When is it going to end? Even if it's not all on this group of players, that hangs over you, man. And I know you've never been through a streak like that, but I've got to imagine just the relief that they feel right now is going to free them up to play their best football.
Without a doubt. I was talking to JP a few days ago, and 6-6 was my number, right? JP,
yeah,
6 game. And that felt like 20, Mike. So I can only imagine. Thank God I don't have to be a part of it, but I am a part of it, I guess. I can only imagine as a player, losing 20, or being a part of a team or organization that's lost 20, just to hear from the writers, out there, you're busting your butt to try to finish a game and get a W, and things just don't go right. So with the combination of hearing it all the time, and then you have to experience it, it multiplies. But, man, these guys, they can celebrate. That plane ride home will be much sweeter. And being able to touch down in the States when they arrive back, things will feel a bit different, So I hope they are able to find a way to extend this and make everybody else smile along the way.
The Jaguars improved to 4-4 all-time in London. They snap a 2-game losing skid over there. 2018 and 2019, they had losing results. Of course, the NFL international games were not played last year. And now back in London this year with a win at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium over the Miami Dolphins today. 23-20 the final. The Jags get it done with some late field goals. Matthew Wright out of nowhere, 54 yards, and then a 53-yarder to win. Fred, we'll be back with you in just a moment. Let's head now to London for the first word after today's game with Jaguars head coach Urban Meyer. First of all, congratulations to you and the football team on the first win of the season. This was a fourth quarter to remember, Coach.
It certainly was, and they all fed off of each other. When we got the turnover on defense, interception, you felt some life because we just haven't had those. You're down 3 offensive linemen at one point, and we're just scratching along, and then Devon Hamilton goes out, and Marvin Jones was out for a little bit, but our young quarterback was poised. Our defense stiffened up and kept them to field goals early in the game. But that's a long-winded answer for it was a great team win.
The 4th and 1 play for Miami when they line up from the 46-yard line. Did you think they were going to snap the ball at that moment?
I did. When you look, it was close. I mean, it was much less than 4th and 1. It looked like, and but our defense penetrated, got them held back, and I saw the gal, the official, spot it. I saw she's going in there, and I had a pretty good angle at it, and then the last call. We were getting ready to go for a Hail Mary. You look, and there's 5 seconds left, and we said we call it slider. Let's try it. Normally you can't get it done. And right when that kid, Levesque, caught that ball, we called timeout and had a second to go and popped it.
Yeah, it's got to be quick. I mean, instantaneous, basically. It's got to be out of his hands in a hurry in that moment.
Yeah, we practiced. That's something that Darrell Bevel brought to us, and we practiced that. I mean, that's weekly. And that's it's called a slider, and either slider timeout, slider kill. And we had a timeout left, and they say it's 6 seconds, 5 seconds is hard to get that done.
Wow. Head coach Urban Meyer with us live from London after a Jaguars win 23-20 over the Dolphins. The first Matthew Wright field goal was an adventure, let's say that, twisting and turning and got in there from 54, and that was a big moment for the team today.
Yeah, and the wind, there was a little bit of a swirling wind in there, a little bit of wind at our back, and I've seen him do it in practice. He's an interesting guy. I think that's maybe the first time our team's ever heard him speak after the game when they gave him a game ball, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, and then he hits the game winner at the end. So now the pressure valve is off a little bit, right, Coach? I mean, it's the NFL. There's pressure week to week.
It's never off.
But I'll tell you, it's a long time coming, and I'm sure this will be a nice bye week to reevaluate and get back on track and get back to work in Seattle in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, we got to get some guys back. Miles Jack will be back, and obviously our line, we got Linder won't be back yet. We got to get him back soon. But get these guys healthy. The one thing they have done is taking care of their bodies, and now there's just new energy right now.
Congrats on the win. Safe travels, Urban.
Thank you.
Head coach Urban Meyer joining us from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. We're back in a moment. The Baptist Health Locker Room Report still around the corner. Jaguars postgame is presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this is Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Our players advised me starting back in February how to organize this trip, and the hospitality, the environment, the setting. Our players love to do this. They made it clear to me they love coming over here, and then obviously to get a win like this. So I want to make sure on behalf of the Jaguars, our football team and coaching staff, thank you for the hospitality.
Welcome to London, Coach. How does it feel to win?
Well, we need a win. Someone asked me last week if we're desperate for a win. We are desperate for a win, and we came close a few times, and there was a lot of things to fix. But you saw a young quarterback make a big-time play at the biggest time of the game, and then a young kicker that we just signed a couple weeks ago popped 2 50-plus yarders. So it was a great win.
Coach Meyer, did you enjoy the game? And
No,
did the head
I
coach
couldn't.
ever really ever enjoy a game?
No, I can't stand it. No, I'm just kidding. I do. The actual game part you do enjoy. Obviously, it's a 3-hour root canal, but it's Miami has a good team. They've been some of the same struggles with injuries that we've been having, but I really enjoyed that locker room after the game. I think I enjoyed that more than the actual game.
Coach, what do you say to Trevor? You both enjoyed your first NFL victory together.
I'm sorry?
What are your conversations with Trevor post-game? You both enjoyed your first NFL victory.
Yeah, he came over and I said, come here, quarterback, let's watch this young kicker try to drill a 53, I think it's a 53-yarder. And he said, Coach, we're going to win this regardless. And that's, I get to coach a guy like that. That's kind of cool.
Were you surprised Miami went for it on 4th down?
No, it was close. It was I've gone for it 3 times now on 4th down. In the NFL, man, it's tough to get first downs in those, but our defense penetrated and made a big stop there.
Still a close game, so where does the team go from here to improve?
Well, we have a bye week next week, and we were down 3 offensive linemen during the course of that game, 3. And whenever you have depth, which we do have some depth in the offensive line, Will Richardson did a nice job, went in there and protected our quarterback. We get Miles Jack back next week, one of our captains, and we just got to get this team full. And Tyson Campbell, our corner, so we were beat up a little bit. We just got to get our guys back.
That play on 4th down that you ran at the end, was that designed before the timeout, or did you use the time that Miami gave you with the timeout to change the plan?
Yeah, we changed plan. We're going to do a Hail Mary, or one of the Big Ben plays, just to jump ball in the end zone. And I kept staring at the clock, and we practice this every week, and it's called slider. It's where you get the ball, and we usually say 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and we told our quarterback and LaVisque, and I had the official right there, and I said, as soon as he catches and goes down, timeout, and he caught it, timeout, and I looked, there was still that 1 second left. So we practiced that quite a bit.
There'll be a lot of 4th down plays to kind of discuss. 4th and 2, this time you guys decided to go for it. Don't do the field goal, one James Robinson. Thought process going into that one instead of taking points. Have you maybe noticed the difference between college and NFL when it comes to those 4th and 4th plays and opportunities out there?
Yeah, and I've been, that's not like we don't discuss it. Our line coach and our coordinator, and we felt like that was the right call, and that's obviously we're not real productive on those 4th and shorts. We've had 2 in the red zone as well, so a bye week we're going to just research, just keep working at it. And I've always been on the philosophy you can't get that far, and it was not, I don't believe it was 4th and 2, it was a little bit less than that. But once again, like you said, this is National Football League, and every inch is hard to get.
Coach, you've enjoyed some fantastic crowds in college football. What were the fans like in the UK and Europe?
I'm sorry?
The fans. How did you enjoy the fans there?
The fans? Oh, they're tremendous. Yeah, I couldn't exactly understand who they're cheering for at times because I saw like I see here, all the different uniforms. But this is I'll never forget this the rest of my life. This is and thank you to the people, the fans, the setting, and our hosts at the Grove.
Coach, you said that on Friday you had a decision to make around the kicking game. You've made that decision. How do you feel about that right now?
I feel great for him. Like I said, I don't think anybody on our team ever heard him speak until about 10 minutes ago. And I had to tell him to raise his voice. He's a little guy. How cool is that for him?
Did you have a quick word with Wright before he came out that last kick? So what
No.
did you say?
No, last thing he needs to see is me before he's making that kick. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. We'll have Trevor, Marvin Jones, Matthew Wright, and Josh Allen in shortly.
I'm happy I could be a part of it.
Well, you are a part of it for forever now. That's an all-time Jaguars win. Congratulations to you, and safe travels back. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Matthew Wright joining us from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, live here on Jaguars postgame. Kind of a modest guy, it seems like. First time we've talked to him.
Myers like this first time we've heard him talk, right? I mean, it was after the game today, so it is what it is. And I guess his range is a little bit better than advertised coming into the game.
Yeah.
Good for you, all right? Welcome.
Yeah, I like to think so.
So you killed the second longest field goal to snap a 20-game losing streak. How does that feel?
It feels awesome. Just happy they both went in. Happy I could help the team come out with a win.
Have you kicked 54 yards or 53 yards in practice at all?
Yeah, it's something we do pretty regularly, so I feel confident making those kind of kicks.
Matthew, what went through your head when you took your first field goal in the fourth quarter left your foot compared to what went through your head when the second field goal in the fourth quarter left your foot?
Yeah, so the first one, I actually thought I missed it. I was about ready to walk off the field, and then I saw the O-lineman turn around, and they were all happy, so that's when I realized it went in. But yeah, the second one felt a lot better, made a lot better contact, so just happy they both went in.
National cameras, talking to you a lot after the main kick. How supportive of you have you been during this whole process? I know you guys both make the play over here. You're two at a time, right together.
Yeah, he's actually been really helpful. There's no bad blood between either of us. We're both here to do a job, and we're just competing, and he's been really helpful actually with everything because he's had quite a long, successful career, so he's had some wise words for me.
Matthew, when was the last time you were under that kind of pressure to produce?
Last year with Pittsburgh, I was in a couple of playoff type games, so I like to think that those were kind of similar. Obviously, a game winner is a different level, but just got to fall back on what I know and just do my job.
What was going through your head when you kind of gravitating down toward the end zone? What was going through your head at the time?
I have no idea.
Have you ever seen the noise of the crowd as you stepping up to kick? What was going through your head at that moment?
Yeah, so throughout the game, I like to try and kick into my net as the crowd is loud, just so I can kind of get that feeling. And so that way when I go out there for the real thing, it's just what I'm used to.
Overall, what about the London experience? I mean, it's a long trip to get here.
Yeah, it was awesome. We only got to go see the city for a couple hours yesterday, but it's such a beautiful city, and hopefully I can come back sometime and check it out some more.
What did you make of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
That was awesome. I grew up watching soccer. I grew up playing soccer, so I mean, play FIFA all the time. So it's just awesome to get to do that in a stadium that I've kind of grown up in.
Any other questions? Thanks, Matt.
Coach said
One more.
asked you to speak up in the locker room. People hadn't heard you speak.
Yeah, I'm not a big talker.
Yeah, what was that like? What did you say? What were people saying to you?
I kind of forget what I said. I'll have to go back and watch the tape. But yeah, just not a huge talker. Just here to do my job.
Did you get the game ball?
Yeah, I got one.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
What did Trevor say to you afterwards, or in the locker room?
Just good job. Congrats. Just basic stuff.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Thank y'all.
Cheers.
Trevor will be in here shortly.
Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues after a Jaguars win over the Dolphins. 23-20 the final. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. We just heard from Matthew Wright. I don't know if I'm allowed to actually knight people, but I called him Sir Matthew Wright. I'm probably not.
Thought you were
I'm
being polite.
I'm not British or the royalty, but I think he deserves it today, Fred, with that performance with the 250-plus yard field goals at the end. And what an all-timer today to get it done and snap the losing skid. And it's a happy locker room. We're hoping to get more out of the Baptist Health locker room report coming up, Fred. But all around, there was adversity throughout this game, early in this game. I mean, the Dolphins held the ball for over 11 minutes of the first quarter, went right down the field to open the game, and, things aren't going well on offense. And then there was a turn, and it went back and forth. There's a couple instances today where, oh, gosh, what happened on that 3rd and 1 on offense, throwing the ball out of the end zone, and then, and then the 4th and 1, they get stopped short. That gives them, instead of kicking the field goal to make it a 7-point game and a Jaguars lead, it turns the other way, and Miami takes the lead. It's all moot now, but that was a big moment in the game also.
Yeah, a lot of huge moments in the game. But the team certainly struggled. The offense struggled in the first half. The defense played fairly okay, even though the Dolphins put up points. I'm looking at, the field position and all that stuff that was involved. But, again, just the offense coming out, field goal to start the game, punt, bad punt, terrible punt for Logan Cook, but he made up for it later. And then a punt and a touchdown in the half. That touchdown to end the first half was huge. And then to come out in the second half right there and score a touchdown, take it down 5 plays, 75 yards, some big plays in that segment, and to cap it off by James Robinson. Those 2 drives right there showed me a lot about the team. It said a lot about the team. It said what it said against Cincinnati as well. So there are glimpses that this team is actually better.
How we doing?
Congratulations, Trevor. Your first win in the pros in the NFL. How's it compare to the college victories that you had in the past?
Oh man, it's different. It's special. Obviously, we've had a rough start to the year. We've been through a lot of adversity, even in this game, just having to fight back, battle back, and find a way to win. It means a lot, and obviously, like I said, we've struggled a little bit, but to get this win, have this momentum going into the bye week, to do it here in London, I mean, it's all just special. I always remember this one, my first win out here. Like, it's hard to even imagine. So it's awesome. I'm just really proud of this group. We decided earlier this week we're going to win this game, and we talked about on the sideline. There's going to be so many ups and downs throughout every game. You just got to keep playing, and we did that and found a way to win.
Well done.
Trevor, how did you find the experience here in that Star Stadium?
Oh, it was unbelievable. All the fans, I mean, it was packed. I haven't seen a stadium that packed since before COVID, so it was really cool. The fans were super engaged. It was a really cool experience, something I've never been a part of. So, I'm excited. I love that the Jags play this game at least one every year. So I'm excited to come back, and the fans were awesome. So thank you guys, all the Jags fans and all the American football fans in London. Appreciate y'all.
You've snapped losing streak. What's your message to the UK and fans back home after snapping that streak and where we go from here?
Yeah, just taking this momentum. Obviously, there's still so much more work to do, but it feels good to get a win. And I wasn't a part of the other 15, but I was a part of the first 5 here, and we hate losing. It's been tough. We've had some games that you feel like could have gone our way and didn't. So to get a win, especially in that fashion, a game-winning field goal, I mean, it's just crazy. So it feels good. I just tell everybody to stick in there with us. We're going to be fine. We're getting better every week. I love the momentum we have right now. Getting a week off, get some people healthy. It's exciting for sure.
John, did you walk us through that touchdown pass and what you saw?
Yeah, they just played man coverage, and we had a vertical shot to Marv, and that's my guy. I always give him a shot if I can. Got one-on-one, and both of their corners were actually down today. So 2 corners that haven't played a ton this year. So we felt like we had good matchups, and just letting him make the play. I mean, it was an okay throw. He really made the play. So just giving him a chance, and he'll do the work. So it's awesome. Just told him, way to be ready, man. I mean, you just never know when your number's going to get called and you have to go win the game. And we had a bunch of guys step up. That last drive, I mean, LaVisca on the last catch, getting down, knowing the situation, calling the timeout with 1 second left. Our defense getting the stop on 4th and 1, getting the turnover earlier in the game. There's so many things that happen that you never know when that play is going to be, and there was a few of them tonight. And we made those plays when we needed to. And then obviously him making that kick, I mean, I think he was telling me he was like a software engineer like a month and a half ago, and then now he snapped our 20-game losing streak and made the game winner from 52, 53, I don't know. But just crazy. You can't even make it up. So I'm proud of him, just proud of this team.
Trevor, do you feel like Miami was lining up for a Hail Mary on the last one when you this land?
So, yeah, that was actually something we kind of checked too late. We were gonna take a shot, and then didn't really like what they were doing. It was kind of just like throwing up a prayer, taking a shot at the end zone. So we checked it after they called the timeout, got to something else, and that's something we've been working on. That you always have in, because you never know at the end of a game. If you have a timeout, you have to know the situation. How long does it take to get down and get a timeout called? And honestly, 5 seconds was really less than what we needed, but we were just I think we have a shot. We can get down quick, call a timeout, and 4th and 8 makes it hard because you can't get down too quick or you won't get the first down. So it was a situation that really it's hard to prepare for, but having all those reps in practice of that situation of getting down, getting down, calling a timeout, really paid off, and the guys were just ready and answered when we needed to.
Given the characters and the small schools and the way, do you think this could be a spot for you guys?
I think so. I mean, obviously there's a lot of games left, and we got to keep playing. And just because you win one game doesn't mean you're gonna go win the rest. You got to go to work every week and prepare. And just like this game tonight, I mean, you see how the separation's so small in these games. So you really just have to go play and play a full game. And I think confidence is huge, though. I don't think we've necessarily played with that confidence the first 5 weeks, and tonight we did. We weren't going to be stopped. We were like, we're going to win this game. No matter how hard it gets, no matter what the situation is, we're going to find a way to win, and we did. And that's got to be the mindset every week, and I think we're building on that, and I like where this team's headed. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I don't know how has there been a lot of rookies play over here?
Oh, yeah, there's been loads.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, glad I was the one to do it. Appreciate you guys. So it was awesome being here. It's beautiful. So we had a great trip. Looking forward to coming back.
About the team spirit, because in the past teams come over for a week before London. You've only been here a few days, but has it been have you had a chance to get to know the team a little bit better, being away with them? Has that helped you just as a rookie, but also just as part of the park. So you felt that a bit of bonding there as well.
For sure. And I thought it was great. We were kind of like hanging around all day at the hotel, playing cards, just watching, doing whatever, just hanging out, making those memories and building those relationships. And I think that's one of the biggest things with a team is you have to be close. And that's why you see stuff like tonight, like stuff like that can happen when you have a really close team and you can really count on one another. If you don't know the guy you're playing next to, it's hard to count on them. It's hard to have those hard conversations. I can go to Marvin or LaVisca or whatever, and if I'm pissed about what he did on a route, I can go and say it to him and I don't have to hold back, But if you don't know that guy, it's a lot harder. So stuff like that, I think we're getting there, and I just love where we're at. Obviously, we're pumped to get this win. It's a long time coming, and hopefully a lot more on the way. What'd you say? I did. Well, last night I did. The night before I didn't. So 1-1.
So a couple of things. Were you able to talk to Tua maybe before the game? It was kind of a rematch, from 2019, and then just secondarily, were you surprised to see Miami go for it on that fourth down instead of punting it out?
Yeah, I talked to Tua right after the game. He actually came up and found me, and that's a guy I've just always respected, and I've kind of appreciated and admired from afar just how he's handled himself. I think he's done a great job his whole career. And he just came up and said congrats and good luck, and it's really hard to win, so congrats. And like you see in that game, it is hard to win. So I appreciate that. But what was the second part to your question? Sorry.
The Miami fourth down.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a surprise to see them not punting it out?
No, I don't think it was surprising. I think in that situation, you got to try to win the game. It was fourth and 1, I believe, and our defense just made a huge play. But if they get that first down, they're in a really good position to win the game on a field goal there. So I definitely see what they're doing there. Our defense just came up and made the play, which was awesome.
Trevor, it was your first win with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was in a home game. It wasn't played in Jacksonville, played in London. How special is it to get that win here in London, or would you rather come in Jacksonville?
Anywhere. I'll take that win anywhere, honestly, at this point. No, it was cool. It just adds to the whole trip out here. We came out here a couple days ago on the time change and trying to figure it out. And for me, this is like I've never done anything like it. And a lot of the guys haven't been out here either. So there was all that, trying to figure it out. How do we prepare and just staying focused the whole week. I thought the guys did a great job. And then getting this win here, packed stadium in another country, it's just adds to the story. So it's special. This win would have been special anywhere, but I'm glad it's here. I'm excited for the plane ride home. It's going to be fun. So, man, it was a great night.
Jaguars are London's team, and you're London's quarterback.
For sure. After this game, for sure. And all the fans. The thing I loved, one of the things I loved the most was on our third downs, everyone was quiet, and on Miami's third downs, everybody was loud. So that was cool to hear everybody kind of rooting for us. I know there was a few Miami fans in the stands, but it was awesome. So. Thank you all so much. Enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing y'all next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Situation, we played, each side there, man. We just made those plays that we needed to make at the end. It's a great feeling. Whew. Needed that one. Now it's time to get another one,
Yeah, we always heard this word about belief in the locker room and, just fighting through all this adversity. It's going to come at some point. You have to believe that at some point it finally came through today. How difficult is that, though, to maintain that confidence when things maybe aren't going the way you want to most weeks?
Because, man, as a team, we know, nobody's really beating us. You know what I'm saying? If another team gets a touchdown, first down, whatever, you turnover, it's our mistake. You know what I'm saying? We're making those critical mistakes. So once we fix those up, man, ain't nobody going to do nothing on us, man. And that proved it. Little mistakes this week, and, we got to capitalize on all the big plays. With the interception, that was huge for us. The fourth down stop, which was freaking what we needed. Yeah. And then the offense going down there and doing what they need to do, man. And, it's just really situational football, and they put us in a great position. And, man, we just got to feed off this and keep going.
You mentioned that 4th and 1 play on the last defensive drive for you guys. I mean, it's almost – I thought they might try to draw you guys offside, but they decided to go for it and snap it. Did you feel like they were going to run the play there? And, you guys stood it up and played well on that.
I don't know. We was ready, though. I tell you that. We was ready, So, I was in there. Malk was in there. Up front, we was ready to fire off this ball, and soon as you say go, it's time to make a play. And we made a play, man, and it was just huge for all of us. Can't be more excited about this win. Win's a win, and it's time to go to the next one.
How about Matthew Wright? He was not on this team 3 weeks ago, and now he's hitting 54-yarder and a 53-yarder to get your first win. How about that?
Man, it's just that, man. That's big. You know what I mean? And that was real big for us, for him. Kudos to him, man. He competes his butt off. Him and Josh, man, compete their butt off, and it just shows, man. And he's went in there and did his thing, and couldn't be more happy for him as a team, as a player, as a friend. Just to see him succeed, and for us just to win that crucial games, because I know we haven't been good in the kicking game as recently, and then for us to win a game on a field goal kick from 50-plus yards, it's just, something that we really harp on making that, breaking the rock. It's a new game. It's a new week. Let's go out here and make new mistakes. Let's not make the same mistakes over and over again. Let's make new mistakes. Let's learn from that. And, this is what I love about this team, man. We hungry. We stay hungry, man. We just looking for the next win.
Josh, great to visit with you. Congratulations. Have a safe trip home and a great bye week.
Thank you, JP. I'll see you soon.
All right, Josh Allen from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. The Jaguars win at 23-20 over the Miami Dolphins. Plenty more ahead. We'll have the highlights when we come back. Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this is Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Whew. How y'all doing?
How you doing? After the win?
Pretty good. Pretty tired. Probably from celebrating more than playing. But, man, it's a great feeling, man. It's been a long time for myself, for this organization, and we really needed this one. Guys played their balls off today, man. Flew around the ball, made a lot of big plays. And it just feels great to get a win like this. Matt kicking that last-second field goal, man, that was huge. You know what I'm saying? It was a great way to cap off our first win. Now we're ready for the second one and ready to move on.
Can you just talk a little bit about the UK fans and how you found the experience of being over here in this stadium in general?
Oh, man, this stadium was rocking. It's a beautiful stadium, first and foremost. Thank you guys for having us. Thank you for showing up. 60,000, I saw that. That's just amazing, and it felt like it. All the fans was interactive. I didn't know if that was for us, for them, but we had a lot of Jags fans out there. I know we're the Jags home team, and we couldn't be more happy to play out here. And plus, we got our first win, so thank you. Oh man, we needed to make a play, and that was just a situation where it was like, this is it. You know what I mean? We either gonna win this game or we're gonna go to overtime. You know what I'm saying? And guys wanted to make that play. And it felt great. Oh Lord, it felt great. I thought they was gonna do some tricky stuff on us, but obviously we stopped them, man. I gotta go look at that play. Actually, I want to see who really made that one.
How elusive is to it?
Thank
you.
you.
Like, occasionally you were like half a second off something as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk about how he's getting that half a second lead, maybe.
Man, it's just those opportunities. I know early in the game, man, I missed one, man, and that kind of that kind of hurt me. It's just the pride of just being one of those guys that make those plays, man, and and I just knew that I can beat this man. You know what I mean? And I know if I beat him consistently, I know it's going to break. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to get one. I know I didn't have one, but I know I feel like I affected the quarterback. Smooth had a heck of a game as well, getting to the quarterback. He felt us. He was getting the ball off pretty quick, and DBs knew that. And, just consistent pressure. That's what we need. That's what we've been doing better on week in, week out. Now we just have to make those big plays.
You think that helped him coughing up the turnover?
I hope so. I hope so. I believe so, man. Because guys is coming, man. Like we rushed our butts off today, man, and it just felt great just to be able to just win consistently on somebody. So now that means because we've been working on our moves every day. You know what I mean? So just to finally see it prevail and to finally see it make sense. So now we're like, okay, let's what else can we do to finish this play? So we were just worried about winning our one-on-ones every play, and I think we did a heck of a job at that. Now we just have to, I don't know, he was just throwing the ball pretty quick too. So can't really beat that.
It looked like you were forcing it out from the top.
I mean, I was just doing my job, man. Smooth was doing his job, man, and I don't know what to say on that. I felt like yeah. Can't really say anything on that one. Sorry.
After the march down the field on your first drive, did you make any adjustments, or was it just stick to the same game plan and execute that?
No, it was just, man, we got to play our game. You know what I'm saying? There's no need. It's too early in the game to really out here making game day, play-by-play decisions. So we just had to play our game, keep playing. Like I said, man, I missed that first sack, and I feel like that first touchdown was on me, so I knew I had to, try to make up for that. And, we pulled together, man. We got this win on that fourth down, so in the field goal. So definitely huge.
How pumped is that locker room now? What was this win? Is that a platform 2 weeks when you have to go to Seattle?
Say that again?
How pumped is the locker room now? And will that help you? Does that give you a platform for 2 weeks when you travel to Seattle?
Yeah. I mean, definitely going to the bye week. Guys can really, take a step back from football in a way, still be involved, still watch football and still be in football, but it's definitely a good way to step back and just, okay, we got a big game coming up next week. We got to win this one, so let's work. So I think it's a huge momentum for us, man, and we just got to keep the train going. We go to Seattle, great team, great atmosphere, great fans, and just a great team in general. But we know we need to bring, and we're just going to do what we can to get that win.
John, are you a guy who watches potential game-winning field goals? Do you go hands over eyes, turn away? What do you do?
Oh, I'm in there. I really can't be superstitious because, he's either going to miss it or he's going to make it. So it's like, if I turn my back, he makes it. If I'm looking at him, he makes it. If I turn around, he misses it. So I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to storm this field. I had all my faith that he was going to make this kick. He made the one previously, and I was like, okay, I like this. I like this chance, So I had James right here and Malk right here. So James had a heck of a game running the ball, so I knew he was a little good luck charm. And then Malk right here, it's my road dog, and as soon as that kick went good, man, and it was just line drive, I just knew it was gonna go in. So I'm on the field, storming it, screaming my butt off, talking a little crap, and just having a great time, man. It felt good to get that win, especially in that situation, man. It was just unbelievable.
How's your overall London experience been? Have you done anything exciting? Been sightseeing?
Unfortunately, no. I tried to stay off my feet and just try to lay up, talk to my family as much as I can, and get as much sleep as I can, and eat this. And I don't know, the hotel we stayed in had delicious food. So I was eating, sleeping, and just hanging out with a couple other guys, So, because I was in London, my wife came to London my rookie year, so we got to explore around town with her, and that was a great experience for ourselves. And so this time I wanted to just chill and just relax, get on my feet, save my legs. It did.
You've played in Wembley a couple of times now, and this is obviously your first game in Tottenham. How much louder were the fans here today? Facilities better here? Do you like it here?
Oh man, I love this stadium. Yeah. The turf was perfect, and the crowd was just involved, and it kind of just looking up at it was like people. It just looked bigger than what 60,000. I thought it was gonna be more than 60,000, to be honest with you. But I love the stadium, beautiful stadium, and can't wait to come back.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Thank you, guys.
Marvin Jones in here shortly.
A job in the secondary, brings it back inside the 40-yard line. Nevin Lawson, the cornerback, picked it off for Jacksonville, and the Jaguar defense takes it right back.
Awful decision by Tua, but good for Nevin Lawson and the Jaguars defense to take advantage of that. They couldn't do anything on offense, though. They got to 3rd down and 1 in the red zone, threw out of the back of the end zone incomplete, went for it on 4th and 1 instead of kicking a field goal or trying for a field goal that would have made it a 7-point game. They're stuffed on 4th and 1. Miami gains a little bit of momentum, and they go right down the field, throwing it to the tight end twice, Gesicki for 32 yards and then 20 yards, just like he had all day long. And then in 7 plays, 91 yards, Tua finds Waddle for the second time this from 2 yards.
Play fake to a drop, goes into the left flat. That ball's going to be caught for the touchdown. They threw a touchdown pass to the left side to Jalen Waddle, and just like that, the Dolphins have retaken the lead.
20-17, Dolphins lead at that point. The teams trade punts. The Jaguars, they had struggled for a couple of drives there, but they finally get into range for, maybe range. They weren't sure because Wright earlier in the year, last week actually, a 53-yarder hit the crossbar. No good, just short. They line up from 54, and it weaves all over the place and into the bottom right corner between the uprights to tie the game 20-20. Miami has the ball. The ensuing possession, it's 4th and 1 from their own 46-yard line, and they go for it.
Will it be another hard count? No, they're going to run it. Inside handoff, Malcolm Brown. He's not going to get there. The Jags are going to stuff him. The Jags are going to stuff him, and the Jags are going to take over on down.
Yes, they did, but they went backwards on offense. A false start. A running play to the right for Lawrence. He lost yardage. And then a sack. So it's 4th down. They have to throw the slider play, as Urban Meyer called it, with 6 seconds left. A quick slant. They call timeout with 1 second left on the clock and line up Matthew Wright for a 53-yard field goal try for the win.
Cook puts it down. Wright kicks it up. The 53-yarder is good! 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 Wright has made it! The Jaguars have won it on a 53-yard field goal by Matthew Wright. What a magnificent ending in London.
Yeah, what a win for the Jaguars. It snaps a 20-game losing skid. That's how it sounded. Frank Frangie on the call, and we are back in just a few moments with the TIAA Bank Stats Check. Plenty more ahead after a Jaguars win in Week 6. 23-20 over the Dolphins. The Jags are now 1-5, and this is Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
You're beyond busy. Between work and the kids, the dogs and the cat, let us help. With Publix Delivery powered by Instacart, you'll get the items you need from the store you know. Just shop online, select the time you'd like your order delivered, and grocery shopping is done, giving you more time to take care of everything else.
Publix Delivery, powered by Instacart. Visit Publix.com/delivery to shop now. That's Publix.com/delivery. Item prices vary from in-store prices. Service fees may apply. Available in select zip codes. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Proven IT implements a strategic game plan designed to streamline your business for maximum results. Make the winning choice with the official business systems partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Proven IT. Proven IT's technology experts use a customized approach to understand how to design, implement, and monitor solutions that optimize your business. Proven IT provides managed network services, document management solutions, office technology, voice and data solutions, and more. Visit ProvenIT.com to see how they can streamline your business. Proven IT, transforming workplace productivity.
It's been around longer than your quarterback. When you put it on, everyone knows it's game time. So legendary, it deserves its own Hall of Fame. Members-only jackets, undeniable quality and style for over 45 years. Scratch and claw your way over to membersonly.com. Get ready for football season with a jacket that can only be summed up in one word: iconic. Use discount code Jaguars at checkout for 35% off on all iconic racer jackets. Members only. When you put it on, something happens. Jaguars fans, let's team up to make a difference with Selfies for Change. For every home game at TIAA Bank Field this season, your game day selfie with a Jaguars player can unlock a donation to the Jaguars Foundation in support of a good cause. Visit jaguars.com/selfies for change to learn more about the impact of your photo and to locate a selfie kiosk at TIAA Bank Field. TIAA Bank is the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars, member FDIC.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Rolling along, JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Jags win at 23-20 over the Miami Dolphins. And time now for a TIAA Bank stats check. TIAA Bank turned potential into progress. We start with the team stats and total yardage in favor of Miami, 431 to 396. First downs in favor of the Dolphins, 23-21. The Dolphins were 9 of 17 on third down today. The Jaguars were not good, 3 of 12 on third down offensively. Rushing yardage in favor of the Jaguars, 84 to 77. Passing net yards, 354 for Miami, 312 for the Jaguars. Penalties piled up a little bit today for both teams. 7 penalties, 55 yards for the Dolphins. 8 penalties, 54 yards for the Jaguars. One turnover for each team, and in fact, they came on back-to-back plays in the game. Time of possession in favor of Miami, 32 minutes, 40 seconds. That evened out after they held the ball for over 11 minutes in the first quarter of the game. And, boy, the stats that matter are the field goals at the end, though, Mike.
23-20, that's the stat that matters the most, JP, of course. But looking individually at what some of the performances were today, Trevor Lawrence goes 25 of 41, 319 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions, quarterback rating of 93.4. He chipped in 11 rushing yards. James Robinson had 73 on the ground, the only other ball carrier for the Jags. For the Dolphins, Tua goes for 329 yards with a pair of scoring tosses and an interception, quarterback rating of 95.1. Malcolm Brown led the way on the ground with 24 yards, collectively 20 carries for 77 for the Miami Dolphins. So a pretty good job by the Jaguar run defense today. Overall, Marvin Jones Jr., 7 grabs for 100 yards and a touchdown. Jamal Agnew continuing his good play as a wide receiver, 5 catches for 78 yards, and Laviska Shenault caught 6 for 54, including the one that set up the game-winning field goal. Mike Gesicki had his way with the Jaguars secondary, 8 catches for 115 yards, and Jalen Waddle caught 10 for 70 and 2 touchdowns. Defensively for the Jags, Damian Wilson, 9 solo tackles, 3 assists. Rayshawn Jenkins, 7-3 with a pass breakup as well. Andrew Wingard, Josh Allen both had 7 combined tackles on the day. And, of course, it was the kicking game, though, for Matthew Wright. Perfect on his kicks today, and they needed every single one of them. 3 for 3 on field goals. And maybe your early leader for Player of the Game honors.
Maybe so. Fred, big moments both ways in this game, some swings, momentum. I mean, the lead changes and everything. It's what you want in NFL football. We haven't had enough of that. The Jags always seem to be trailing and trying to claw back into a game. And
100-yard game, 1 touchdown. In Tottenham, how does it feel?
It felt great. It was a great team win. We talk about the ebbs and flows of the game and persevering through challenges and stuff like that. And I feel, early on, even in the other games, we have, but we just couldn't capitalize at the end. And today we did, so that was a good thing.
Some of the challenges have been drop passes, not necessarily from yourself, but from others. How much more do they need to improve on that and eliminate those drops to make this offense progress forward?
Well, I mean, everything. You could always pick something to improve on, and that's what we do. Just after every game, you debrief. You say, hey, what's the problem, and attack it every day. So if that's one of the problems, then we'll be solid working through it.
Can you just talk a little bit about the Spurs Stadium and how you found the fans today?
Oh, I loved it. It was electric. Right when we went out there, even for warm-ups, everybody's out there in their seats, and I know how it goes in Europe. So I've been, to many soccer games, and everybody's always electric and on their feet. So it was a great experience to play here and to have some success and get a win here. So yeah.
Mark, in 2014, I think it was the Bengals when the Lions came, and in 2016 was the Lions when the Bengals came. So how good to get over your back behind you and football performance like that?
Yes, every team that I've been on, I left, and the next year they went. So it was I was excited to get out here, tour the city and all that stuff. It felt good. Like I said, I mean, the fans were a big part of it. I think of the success and the excitement. But it felt good to come over here and gain some UK fans. Yeah, most definitely. That was critical, and I think our defense, that's kind of been standard for the end of the games. We've had a chance pretty much except for Houston, we've had a chance, to go down there and punch it in at the last minute or whatever, the end of the fourth quarter. They did a good job doing that. That fourth down stop was critical. So for them to give us the ball back and us to do what we do or get enough to kick that field goal, it was big. So they did big, especially at the end of the game.
Did you watch the field goal?
Oh yes, I always watch the field goal. Yeah, but when he hit that first one, I know once we got it to a manageable yardage, he was going to hit the second one. So I didn't have any doubt in my mind. So hats off to him.
Did you know the first one was his career long?
Oh yeah, well I know now. Thanks.
How does it feel going into the bye week with a last-second win?
Oh, that feels great. It always feels great to get a win going into the bye week, to have that momentum, and just to keep working. You know, us to keep working on our craft. We're probably gonna have a couple days where we do some walkthroughs and learn from mistakes or practice on what we need to practice on. So yeah, it's always good to go into a bye week with that momentum. You just have that extra juice for the weekend. So a lot of wine for me.
Earlier this week, the NFL international guys announced that 3 German cities have been shortlisted for a potential game next year or the year after. As a player, what does it feel like to play outside of North America, and what do you know about Germany, and what do you think the teams or franchises that would play there, what do you think they'll get out of the experience of traveling around?
I think it's great, because I think that's what the soccer teams do. They have friendlies in the United States, and they get to go and in terms of outreach, fans, and otherwise they wouldn't have, or they wouldn't see them. But I think it's amazing. So maybe I need to learn some German and go out there and get some German fans. But I think it's a good thing that they're doing. Making it more international. Obviously, it's the biggest, it's the hottest thing in North America. But yeah, let's go global. Let's do it.
As a person and as an athlete, what do you get out of playing outside of the maybe comfort zone of the training facility? What do you get? You talked to Trevor earlier about maybe like a team bonding, like a really cancel.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, It just adds a different element, going out of the country and being with your brothers, being with the team. It adds another element of brotherhood. I think we had fun. We went to Topgolf out here and did that and toured the city. A lot of people, went shopping, toured the city together. Ate dinner. When you do that outside of the country, I think the food always tastes a little bit better. Just because you're out of your comfort zone, and I love it. So it's good. It's good for us to do that.
You were part of a handful of free agents that came in this summer. You've got quite a young team around you. What kind of role do you guys play in your experience in other franchises into this one with a new head coach, a new rookie quarterback? What are you guys leading you and Griffin on the defense? Are you kind of showing them the way?
Yeah, definitely showing them the way. Obviously, this is my 10th season, and I've been around the block. I've played a lot of games, and we do have a young team. So it's up to us to, bridge that gap between rookie and vet. The sooner you do that, the better the team, better the cohesion is, and the better we do. So that's all our job. It's just to, tell them, our experiences and going from there.
Marvin, you said you're a football fan. Who do you support? What games do you watch?
I've been to a lot of Barcelona games. I'm pretty cool with some of the higher ups in Barcelona. So I went to Barcelona a few times, and me and my sons are flying because I'm real close to Antoine Griezmann. So we're gonna fly up to his house, stay with him for a little bit in March, and our teams. When my kids have spring break. So I'm pretty into it. So it was. Yeah. That's where I learned Spanish in Spain. So I went to Barcelona and met everybody there, and built a good relationship with them. So it's all good. Yeah.
Anything else? Thanks, Marvin.
Cheers.
Thanks, Marvin.
We all want to look and feel our best, so why not take the next step with a consultation with Dr. Patrick Basil, board-certified plastic surgeon. Offering a variety of wellness, skincare, and aesthetic treatment options, you can look better, feel more confident, and transform into your best self. They offer the most advanced, innovative treatments in a modern, patient-centered environment. Learn more at transformjax.com. That's transformjax.com, or call 904-222-6262.
Headquartered right here in Jacksonville, CSI Companies is one of the fastest-growing workforce solutions companies in the nation. As a proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars, CSI has the resources necessary to scale with any enterprise, yet they are small enough to maintain the agility, personal service, and remarkable experience they've become known for over the past 3 decades. This is your workforce and your business reimagined. Visit CSICompanies.com to learn more.
Hey Jaguars fans, are you ready to talk some trash? Well, nobody talks trash quite like Waste Pro, the official waste service and recycling partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Specializing in residential and commercial solid waste and recycling collection, processing, and disposal, Waste Pro is equipped to handle all your recycling and garbage removal needs. For service, call 904-731-7288. Waste Pro, caring for communities and caring for Jacksonville. Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars at Houston, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Los Angeles. Taunt the other teams in Nashville, New York, and Boston. When you fly nonstop from Duval, on-airport parking will punt the stress from your travel itinerary. Garage facilities offer defensive coverage from the weather and are a 50-yard dash from the terminal. And economy lots are now open at just $6 a day. To learn more about nonstop flights and on-airport parking, visit flyjax.com.
Jaguars postgame continues. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Jaguars radio network. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC continues after a Jaguars win. They snap a 20-game losing skid with a 23-20 win over the Miami Dolphins at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, with Matthew Wright field goals making the difference. A 54-yarder tied the game in the fourth quarter late, 20-20. A 53-yarder with 1 second remaining at the snap. No time on the clock when it went through the pipes. Jags win at 23-20. They're now 1-5 and 4-4 all-time in London. The previous 7 games were all at Wembley Stadium. This was the first visit for the Jaguars to Spurs. Now time for the Baptist Health Injury Report. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Well, before the game, Jay Tufele apparently had a hand injury. He had it wrapped up. The rookie defensive tackle out of Southern Cal was questionable for the game after that. Not sure exactly what happened. Chenault was in and out for a moment, kind of limping off early in the second, but he played throughout the game. Ben Barch was being evaluated for a concussion. Will Richardson Jr. was in at right guard, and they actually ran behind him and Shatley, the backup to the backup, and then the backup center, for a touchdown run of 1 yard to the right side, and got that done. And it looked like later very late in the game, Jones was getting his ankle taped. They showed that on the television screen in the fourth quarter. Those were the ones that really stood out, I think, today, Mike. That was about it.
No doubt. Look, it was crazy. Tufele had like a whole club on his left arm, right? I mean, his whole fist was wrapped up, so you hope it's nothing that's going to keep him out of action or anything like that for a while. But, for the most part, the Jaguars backup stepped up where they needed to here, and that's the life in the NFL. Fred Taylor, you know that very well. I mean, they always talk about next man up. Well, the next man up's the next man up for a reason. He's usually not as good as the first man, but that doesn't mean he can't play winning football, and the Jags had a lot of cases of that today.
Oh, without a doubt, Mike. Next man up, that's exactly what it is. You got to be ready. And, again, just tipping my hat off to those guys that were a part of this win. They haven't gotten a lot of reps, over the year. But the biggest one was the one right now today, and they're going to enjoy their moment, and they're going to hold it down and play the best that they can because it's going on tape. The entire league is going to get it. They're going to get these plays that the guys are getting, these reps that they're getting. So, just hats off to them. Congratulations, guys, for getting rid of this streak. And hopefully you guys get more opportunities to get out there and play and contribute.
That's the Baptist Health Injury Report. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. And Jaguars Game Day radio broadcasts are presented by ViStar Credit Union. We're back with a preview of the bye week. Yes, the Jaguars have a week off after a win. And what a win it was in London. 23-20, Jaguars over the Dolphins. We'll wrap it up after this. It's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
Humanity has accomplished a whole lot so far. We created penicillin, the automobile, and the internet, not to mention drones, duct tape, and the hot dog. It's all thanks to the power of human connections. And RingCentral's here to make that even easier, more seamlessly and securely, on a platform built to grow your business. Say hello to a whole new way to say hello. Visit ringcentral.com and say hello to possibilities. RingCentral. Message, video, phone, together.
Great teams leave it all on the field. But with the powerful towing and payload that Ford F-150 delivers, you can take it all with you, too. No wonder Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck 44 years straight. The 2021 Ford F-150, built for greatness. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Jaguars fans, here's a great way to pay with pride wherever you go. Exclusively from TIAA Bank, the Jacksonville Jaguars Visa debit card comes with a fierce look and fantastic features, along with the convenience to make purchases online or at millions of locations worldwide. And it's yours, free, when you open a Yield Pledge checking account. Order yours today. Visit TIAABank.com/JagsCard. TIAA Bank is a division of TIAA, FSB, member FDIC, and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome back. It's Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Time now for this week's defensive play of the game presented by Kingfish Pest Control. And we'll go with that fourth down stop. 4th and 1 in a tie game, 20-20. Brian Flores for the Dolphins decides to go for it. And the Jaguars defense stands tall. Josh Allen told us just a little while ago, Fred, I wasn't worried about if they were going or not. We were just going to be ready to go. And they were. They made the big stop to get the ball back in Dolphins territory. That was big.
That was huge. Definitely the biggest defensive play of the game, JP. Excited for those guys, man. They're going to build on it. I also want to just mention the interception stop as well, JP. After the offensive fumble, they went down in the very next play. They got the INT. Just a lot of stops and a lot of optimism from those guys, even in spite of the missing some starters. The guys are in there. They're playing well, and they're being more opportunistic now than they were, previous 5 weeks.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me is just that they found a way to play better defense in the second half than they did in the first half. We haven't really seen that this year, Fred. At halftime, if you would have said that they were going to hold Miami to 20 points total, you would have taken that all day long based on the way they moved the ball in the first half. And over 400 total yards, but really a lot of that damage done in half number one. Still way too much. Still a lot of defensive issues with this football team, but you know what? That's a problem for when they get back to the States.
Yeah, we'll let that be for a little while, and the Jags will have a little while to think about this one too. A bye week coming up next week. Then it's on to Seattle. That's a couple of weeks away. But Fred, a bye week coming. Good time to get some guys healthy and get back for what is a long stretch run ahead, and a lot of things still to work on, but a good feeling today.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, man. Perfect timing. Perfect timing to be at this point in the season, to be able to, enjoy this win going into the bye. Also being excited about the possibilities of, coming out of it, with some guys healthy, and also an opportunity to get back to playing, to try and start another type of streak, a winning streak. So downtime is necessary. Coach Meyer, their staff, they believe in the whole science of the regeneration and recovery and all that sexy stuff. So hopefully it works like magic, and we'll be able to have be as strong as we can as a unit to get them back out there and ready for the next game.
What's the old Major League line? You know, we win today, it's called 2 in a row. And if we win again tomorrow, it's a winning streak. That would be nice to have go on for the Jaguars. Fred, have a great bye week, and we'll talk to you down the line here in a couple weeks.
I'm going to miss you guys.
Nah, no, you won't.
We can just do this again tomorrow if you want. We'll just do a Zoom call.
You know I'm always down for a little Zoom, man.
Take us to Cabo next weekend, man.
Let's do it, man. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy.
All right,
Enjoy.
buddy. Fred Taylor out of here, proud of the Jaguars running back. For those on our flagship station, 1010XL in Jacksonville, stick around. The Scoreboard Show is next. We'll have NFL Network analyst Bucky Brooks joining us. We'll take your phone calls until 3 o'clock today. And 355-NFL-1 is the number, 355-6351. Senior VP is Chad Johnson, VP of Production Patrick Cavanaugh, Executive Producer Dave DeCandis, Manager of Radio Joe Fortunato. Tony Smith and Linda Fortunato are our producers. Brent Reber and Trent Padilla produce the video for Jaguars.com. For Fred Taylor, Mike Dempsey, and our entire crew, this is JP Shadrick saying good afternoon. Final score for the final time in London. Jaguars 23, Dolphins 20. And this is the Jaguars Radio Network.
It's time for the Jaguars Scoreboard Show. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and NFL Network analyst and former Jaguar Bucky Brooks are ready for you to sound off about today's game. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show is brought to you by Baptist Health, Farah & Farah, and by TIAA Bank. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show starts right now.
We'll start the Scoreboard Show today like we started Jaguars postgame on the network. Our long national nightmare is over. The Jaguars have won a football game for the first time in over a year. The 20-game losing skid is gone. Scoreboard, 23-20. Jags win it in London.
Yeah, that's the way to start it. Scoreboard, right? This long national nightmare. I mean, it's fine for the previous show. It's Scoreboard show. It's scoreboard. We finally point to the scoreboard since the first time since opening week of last season.
Thank goodness.
I feel good about it.
Oh, my gosh. What a game today. What a finish. What a fourth quarter. Wild swings back and forth all day long. Jaguars were not doing anything in the first quarter, first half of this game, most of it, until they got a touchdown right before halftime and kind of got back into it, took the lead to start the second half. Then it was game on, back and forth, and penalties and situations that failed on fourth down for both teams on offense. And then the 54-yarder that just weaved left and right and left and curved in there at the last moment to tie the game. And then what a play call on fourth down for the quick slant, timeout with a second to go to set up a field goal try from 53 for Wright.
I mean, there are a lot of plays that have to go in to get you to that point to have that opportunity, but that was the play of the game right there. And, 5 seconds left. Can we get a completion of 9 yards and get down? And that's why it's a slider, because literally it's a sliding catch that you have to make on that play and already be down when you catch it so you could call the immediate timeout, and they got it with 1 second left. Wouldn't have shocked anybody, I think, if that last second had rolled off. But they got it, and as it turned out, it was the perfect play to set up Matthew Wright to absolutely drill a perfect kick.
Home clock operator. We'll take that. 1
Absolutely.
second to go in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Bucky Brooks joining us from the West Coast. We go from the United Kingdom to L.A., and boy, what a game it was, Bucky. Good afternoon to you. And that's one we'll talk about for a long time, I think.
Yeah, it is one we'll talk for a long time. And JP and Mike, you knew the first win was going to be a hard win. It wasn't going to be easy just because of all the adversity the team has been through, like the Urban Meyer era, but over the past 20 games, just losing a bunch of different ways. And so you knew it was going to come down to a situation where someone was going to have to make a play when a play needed to be made. We saw a handful of those on offense and defense. I thought defensively they really stood up and stood firm in the fourth quarter. Nevin Lawson getting an interception, getting a critical stop to give the guys a chance. And then at the end, it was funny because I was sitting here watching the game and saying, man, we mismanaged the clock again, because here we are
Laviska Shenault catches the pass, and he doesn't go out of bounds, and I was fine with the clock running. But I was saying, man, you still have a shot to get a long field goal. Why not take the timeout with maybe 7 or 8 seconds left? So now you can throw the quick pass, call the timeout, and kick it. And somehow in 5 seconds, you're able to throw a quick slant, get down, call the timeout, and then come in and kick the field goal. So it worked out. It was a great win, and I think it's one that going into the bye week you certainly can build upon.
Yeah, I think Bucky, clearly they were probably worried that, I mean, the way Tua picked up chunks over the middle, it seemed like nobody was guarding the tight end, whoever that happened to be at any given moment for the Miami Dolphins. I think what they were afraid of is, man, if we do miss a long field goal here, or if we give them the ball anywhere near midfield, if we try a Hail Mary and the clock doesn't run out, all it takes is one pass, and they're in field goal range and have a chance to steal it. But as it worked out, it came out perfectly. Then that's what had to happen for them to get the win today. And you could see the relief on their faces, Buck, as that team was running off the field celebrating.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a great win. It was a great win because no matter what, they can talk about like being positive and optimistic and those things. Man, you lose another game, you go into the bye week, you lose to a team that was 1-4 coming in, it's one that you feel like you can get. It is really hard because we're human. So you look ahead at the schedule and you're trying to figure out when's the next opportunity for this team to win a game. And so all of that begins to creep in. But now you get a win, and now you begin to reflect on how close maybe some of the other games were. You can build a reasonable case like, hey, guys, like I know we're sitting here at 1-5, but we could have been 2-4 or any of those things. So it's an opportunity to have some positive momentum coming to the second half of the season.
Jaguars win it 23-20. We'll be here till 3 o'clock. 355-NFL-1 is the number. 355-6351. Exhale, as Josh Allen was doing in our post-game interview. The Jags have won.
About time.
Yes, thank goodness. We will celebrate it here on the Scoreboard Show. When we return, your calls, the phone lines are open. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Hi, I'm Urban Meyer, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When I'm looking for a company to provide comfort to my home and family, I look for the same qualities I expect from my football team. High standards, superior knowledge, trust, and reliability. I've found that with Florida Home Air Conditioning, guaranteed exceptional service, and more than 20 years experience serving Jacksonville and the surrounding communities make their company my choice for heating and cooling. Call Florida Home AC today, official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hard Rock Sportsbook is coming to Florida. Join the Seminole Tribe of Florida and Hard Rock for safe, trusted, and completely legal sports betting. Go to hardrocksportsbook.com to get all the latest details leading up to launch. Play remotely from anywhere in Florida, including on your phone or computer or in person at Seminole Casinos. Want great promotions like free bets, odds boosts, and bonuses? Hard Rock Sportsbook will have all your favorite bets and promotions. Hard Rock Sportsbook, the best place to be a Jaguars fan. Coming soon. Must be at least 21 and physically present in Florida to wager. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-800-522-4700.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. But what if you never had to ask for more? What if more was just a given? At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. More meat, more cheese, more veggies, more quality, more taste. All for a price that's anything but more. Sandwiches from Dash, made fresh. Daly's.
At VyStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise, to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer more banking options, like better rates and no hidden fees. We also give back, donating several $1 million to hundreds of nonprofits each year. Better financial lives, stronger communities. VyStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Visit VyStarCU.org/join. Insured by NCUA.
Jaguars fans, Corona Extra is giving you the chance to win big. Be one of 3 winners to receive a VIP game day experience complete with limo transportation, a Jacksonville staycation, and tickets to the Jaguars home game Sunday, November 28th. Enter for your chance to win at jaguars.com/corona. Must be 21 years of age or older. See full rules for details. Please drink responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint,
persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. Scoreboard Show continues. 23-20 Jaguars over the Dolphins. 355-NFL-1, 355-6351. The number will be here till 3 o'clock. Let's get to them.
All right, let's get to it indeed. John on the west side going to lead us off here with Bucky Brooks on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead, John.
Hey there, guys. What's up? How you guys doing?
Great.
How's your heart?
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Fresh off of work while watching the game. It was almost a heart attack. We started yelling at the job and everything, you know.
So did we, by the way, at our job today. So what was the scene like? I mean, everybody's fired up watching the game at work, huh?
So, I had we have a projector and everything, and I decided, since we were not really doing anything, we decided to pop in the last, we decided to gather and watch the last, 6 minutes. It was about maybe a minute or two before the bend it like Beckham field goal by Mr. Wright.
It's a pretty good time.
And,
pretty good time to get in it, yeah.
It's probably the worst timing.
Well, it worked out for you. We appreciate you calling in today, man. Enjoy the win, and thanks for joining us here on the Scoreboard Show. Bucky, I think we're going to have a bunch of calls like that. People fired up. If you go on Twitter right now and use the hashtag Jaguars and go through it, there's a lot of people putting out videos, celebration videos from their living room or wherever they were watching this game today. It's one you won't soon forget.
No, you definitely won't forget it. I mean, it was a nice win. It's been a long time. It's been a long time for fans, for players, coaches, everyone associated with Jaguars. 20 games is a long time to go without a win. And so to think it hasn't been since the season opener of 2020 since the Jaguars have been able to get on the right side of the column. It's good. And now, we talk about the win streak, and you talk about being able to stack wins up, going into the bye week, having extra time to get ready. It should be good.
Yeah, well, let's see what this next guy has to say about it, Bucky. I bet you could imagine who I'm talking about as we welcome Saqib here to the Scoreboard Show. Saqib, what's on your mind?
Hey, guys. I mean, I think I woke up every single neighbor on Belford Road and Parental Home Road, and I was screaming. I'm happy for the guys. It took them a year and change to win. I just have one question for Bucky, if he can answer me. We're not that good yet. Why are we not kicking field goal on that? Take the points and be up by 7. They went down and scored. Can you explain to me why Urban keeps doing that? And I understand that it's good that we won, but he's got to take the points when necessary. We're not that good yet. We don't have Greg Jones to run that 4th and 1 and Stacey Mack and all these other guys. Just explain to me why does he keep doing it? It's going to cost us a bunch of wins. Thank you, guys.
All right, Saqib, thanks.
Look, it's definitely not ideal to make some of those gambles that we're making in those situations. And I think what happens is, we can talk about playing each game like its own individual game, but you have the weight of the world on your back when you've lost 19, 20 in a row. And so sometimes that clouds your mind and makes you kind of make panic decisions. And I think if you ask Urban, if we sit down and talk like, hey, why not just continue to stack points, give the team a 7-point lead, a team that hasn't won in a long time, let them play comfortably from ahead. So even if the other team scores, it's a tie game, not one where you're down. I don't know. I think sometimes you have this momentum, the negative momentum impacting the way you make decisions. I think that certainly had to be the case in that moment.
I don't think most people like that call at all, Sakib, so you're not alone there, but nor are you alone in being very happy about the final result when it was all said and done. So if you want to get in, 355-NFL-1 is the way to do it, 355-6351.
We'll come back in a moment. More of your calls. We're here until 3 o'clock celebrating a Jaguars victory 23-20 over the Dolphins, and this is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
You're beyond busy. Between work and the kids, the dogs and the cat, let us help. With Publix Delivery powered by Instacart, you'll get the items you need from the store you know. Just shop online, select the time you'd like your order delivered, and grocery shopping is done, giving you more time to take care of everything else.
Publix Delivery, powered by Instacart. Visit Publix.com/delivery to shop now. That's Publix.com/delivery. Item prices vary from in-store prices. Service fees may apply. Available in select zip codes. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
This is Chantel Chark, wife of DJ Chark. Enter for your chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime experience with the Jaguars. Imagine being selected as a Jaguar for the day with prizes including a behind-the-scenes tour of the stadium, a personalized Jaguars jersey, club-level tickets to a Jaguars home game, and more. Look for details at Publix, where you can pick up all your game day needs, including Tide, Bounty, and Crest. Tackle everything in one stop. Available at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
It's a force that can't be contained. Propelled by purpose, pride, and the power to protect. When winning isn't just the mission, it's your passion. You pursue it. You make power plays. You pick your team. At Farrah & Farrah, we deliver game day energy 24/7. Jacksonville.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. The Scoreboard Show continues. 355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351. Jags win it in London 23-20 over the Miami Dolphins. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey and NFL Network analyst Bucky Brooks. And your calls.
Yes, your calls indeed. 355-6351. Raymond in Nocatee is next up here to celebrate a Jaguar victory on the Scoreboard Show. Hi, Raymond.
Hi, how are you all?
We're well. How are you?
Great.
Doing well. Glad we have our first win. I just want to make a comment that, this is a full season, and we've got our first victory. We're still in a rebuilding phase, and we're going to just have to have some patience, and it's going to take some time for us to get back to the level we all want to see the team achieve.
No doubt about that, Bucky. I mean, it's going to take a little time.
Yeah, look, it is a rebuilding effort, and in a rebuild, you want to kind of set minor goals, right? So the first thing was the industry. The next thing is to see if we continue to build off of that, play better against better teams. And so the schedule ahead has a couple of good teams where you can see where you stack up. Can you play them into the fourth quarter, maybe sneak out a win or two? But it's the little things. I think it's continuing to figure out what your identity is on offense. Offensively, it appeared that they had a few more tricks, a few more bells and whistles to kind of diversify the offense. You saw James Robinson get enough touches. You saw Trevor Lawrence kind of get on the move and do some things. So you want to continue to do those things. And they're doing it with a hodgepodge of people on the perimeter. So hopefully you get some of your guys back, some of your pass catchers back, so you can go back to doing some of the other stuff that you were doing in the preseason and beyond. But yes, it is a rebuild, but you want to be able to stack up some wins while you're learning how to win and doing all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think a lot of people have the big picture perspective, Bucky, but when you're in the middle of the season, it's tough to look at it from 10,000 feet above, particularly when you're in the middle of a losing streak like that. I mean, all you want is just any win by any manner and any fashion possible, and they got that. Now they can focus on, the week-to-week improvements, what the overall win-loss total is going to be. But until you got that first one off your back, I think a lot of people's patience was probably running a little bit thin.
A little thin. Everybody's patience is bad for everybody. Everybody around it is hard to look at. Like 2 years in a row, not seeing a win is tough on everybody. And I think it impacts everything that you do. It makes you really call up the game from a panic state because you're so desperate to win that you kind of get out of character when you're calling the game on offense and defense and managing game as a head coach. Well, now that you have the win, now you're able to kind of look and see, hey, man, let's do what's best for the team. This is how we should go forward and all that other stuff.
What did you make of Trevor Lawrence's day overall today, Bucky? He was the first rookie quarterback to get a winning result in London game history in the NFL.
Look, man, I think he finally got a reward for the work that he's put in. He has played pretty well the last few weeks, but the team doesn't have a W to show for it. Well, now that you get a win, now you can recognize and appreciate the way that he's playing, because I felt like he's kind of settled in and found his groove. And each week we talk about, like, your number one overall pick. You want him to show a flash or two. I think it was huge that they had to rally back from some different circumstances, that they had to make some plays, and he made those plays. And having some critical third and fourth down situations, the last 2-minute game-winning drive, which would go in his ledger as a game-winning drive, all that stuff is positive, and all that stuff is stuff that you can go back and talk to him and film about. Man, this is really good. Now let's see if we can take it up a notch. Can we get even that much better the next time we run out on the field together? So I think it was very, very positive. I thought I was very impressed with his effort.
You were talking about the game-winning drive. Here is the play sequence in the game-winning drive. I know it goes down to the book as a game-winning drive, but it's, let's see, penalty, false start. Run around right in for -1 yards. A sack for -4. And then the 12-yarder to Chenault. And then on 4th and 8, the slider play of 9 yards. So they went backwards, got forwards enough, and got it done. But it's all that matters. Like they got it in a spot where they could get the field goal.
At the end of the day, JP, when we go back and we look at those stats, it'll just go down as a game-winning drive. Right. No one would go back and look at the play-by-play sheet and the sequence sheet and figured out how it was ping-balling back and forth and all that other stuff. He found a way to make a play. I will say this. That play that he made at the end of Chenault was not an easy one, because you not only have to throw it in a situation where Chenault can get it, but he has to go down right away. And if the Dolphins were really thinking, they let Chenault kind of roll around and the clock runs out. The guy tapped him right away, which enabled the Jaguars to have the second needed to be able to kick the field goal.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think today, Bucky, look, it's going to be a struggle, I think, going forward, because they don't have a guy to truly stretch the field. And that to me was as impressive as anything today, that Trevor Lawrence was able to move them when he needed to, and doesn't have that guy that can, take the top off the defense, or at least make defensive coordinators double team that guy and open up some other stuff for other guys.
I mean, you're playing without a true number one receiver. I mean, Marvin Jones is a nice player, but he's more of a 2/3. Laviska Shenault is more of a 2/3. I would really put him more in the 3 category. So you don't have anyone that commands significant attention from the defense. And so he's having to play against these loaded coverages, these fronts. Guys can't really separate. So every throw is a tight window throw. The fades down the boundary to Marvin Jones, tight windows. Like, there are never any layups for Trevor Lawrence. And it's just hard as a young quarterback to hit a lot of points, to put up big yards when you don't have any layups. Is one of those things that you can admire and appreciate. But in the offseason, upgrading the wide receiver core has to be the number one priority if you want the quarterback to play at a high level.
We'll come back in a moment. More of your calls. We're here until 3 o'clock on the Scoreboard Show. 904-355-NFL1, the number. 904-355-6351. The Jaguars win in London. Final score 23-20 over the Dolphins. This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Hard Rock Sportsbook is coming to Florida. Join the Seminole Tribe of Florida and Hard Rock for safe, trusted, and completely legal sports betting. Go to hardrocksportsbook.com to get all the latest details leading up to launch. Play remotely from anywhere in Florida, including on your phone or computer or in person at Seminole Casinos. Want great promotions like free bets, odds boosts, and bonuses? Hard Rock Sportsbook will have all your favorite bets and promotions. Hard Rock Sportsbook, the best place to be a Jaguars fan. Coming soon. Must be at least 21 and physically present in Florida to wager. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-800-522-4700.
Any repeated physical activity puts stress on the body. Checking your phone, getting in the car, sitting at your desk. Checking the phone, getting in your car, sitting at your desk. Checking your phone for the 50th time today. If you do anything with regularity, you should get massaged with regularity. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
Regular body work makes the body work with massage, skincare, and stretch. Come in today for more information or visit massageenvy.com for more details.
At VyStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise, to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer more banking options, like better rates and no hidden fees. We also give back, donating several $1 million to hundreds of nonprofits each year. Better financial lives, stronger communities. VyStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Visit vystarcu.org/join. Insured by NCUA.
This is Chantel Chark, wife of DJ Chark. Enter for your chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime experience with the Jaguars. Imagine being selected as a Jaguar for the day with prizes including a behind-the-scenes tour of the stadium, a personalized Jaguars jersey, club-level tickets to a Jaguars home game, and more. Look for details at Publix, where you can pick up all your game day needs, including Tide, Bounty, and Crest. Tackle everything in one stop. Available at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Great teams leave it all on the field. But with the powerful towing and payload that Ford F-150 delivers, you can take it all with you, too. No wonder Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck 44 years straight. The 2021 Ford F-150. Built for greatness. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show. Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back. The Scoreboard Show continues. Jags win at 23-20 over the Miami Dolphins at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Bucky Brooks taking your calls until 3 o'clock today. 355-NFL1, the number. 355-6351.
Yeah, our man E.T. is on the line right now, and I've got to wonder if we're about to hear the worst British accent that anybody has ever heard, because that may be what is taking credit for the victory this week. E.T., how are you?
Oh, Michael, oh, JP, oh, Bucky Brooks. What do you say, mates? Good evening, governors. Good afternoon, governors. How do you do?
Cheers. Cheers to you, E.T. This was a wild one today, wasn't it?
Hey, man, let me get out of character, man. Hey, listen. Rome wasn't built in one day, and there's only one way to eat a whale, baby. We got that first win. Come on, somebody. You know your boy was turned, Mike. You know your boy was turned, Mike. Come on now.
Hey, save some of this for tomorrow too. Now we got a whole week to get through here. We have a game coming up.
You know I'm coming with it. I'm in the lab right now as we speak, Mike. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm so geeked. I'm so happy.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Bucky.
Bucky, that's E.T. does the feature in the pregame show. He's our producer on Jaguars Today.
I'm very familiar with the pregame stuff. I love the energy. I love the enthusiasm and all that. Like, it has been lacking. I think Duval needed a win so E.T. could go full E.T. for the rest of the week.
Actually, I'm about to go cray, Bucky. You just don't know. Man, listen, I'm about to go crazy.
Oh, boy. I can't wait for 2 weeks from now before that Seattle game. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So there was a play, Mike, that I was like, it reminded me of, it was just so smart. And I think it was Alan Hearns or maybe it was Marquise Lee, but he was hurt and he got off the field real quick. So
Alan
the
Hearns,
play with LaVisca, that play call and he got down, it was just a smart play. And it just, man, I was just so happy. It just made me think about that. Man, I'm so tired, baby. Come on, somebody.
Come on, E.T.
Thank you, E.T. Appreciate it. More of him tomorrow on Jaguars Today.
All week.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
You don't want to miss.
Imagine.
Yeah, look, the Jags haven't won very much since E.T. has been the producer. But when they do win, you don't want to miss the first 2 minutes of the show. I'll just put it that way.
Okay, so when did E.T. come on board? Like, I'm
it's been about 3 seasons now. So he's
not
not fully to blame for the 20-game losing streak. No, he was not here for Saxonville, not as the producer of Jaguars Today. I mean, he's a Jaguar guy or a Jacksonville guy, but
yeah, okay, but see, because I feel like when I talk to E.T., I feel like the kid that is in the car when you drive past a trucker, and all you want to do is you're like, hey, just give me a little.
Blow the horn.
Blow the air horn, baby.
Yeah, I need E.T. just to pull the horn, to pull the crank a little bit. So we needed a win so we can get that.
Oh, he'll be doing it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen tomorrow. I like it. Jaguars win it. Hey, we're going to get a lot of calls. We've had already a lot of calls like that, and a lot of people that are fired up. NFL UK asked for people in the stadium to send their videos of the field goal, the game winner, and it's, as you would imagine, bedlam all over the place in the stadium. And then, as we talked about earlier, Bucky, there's people all over Twitter sending their home videos out of the celebration when the Jags finally won it. That's what it is. And
it's like you can't watch a close sporting event anymore without filming your reaction.
I mean,
to it,
it's televised, right? No, I'm kidding, of course. But people are in the moment.
I'm not gonna lie. In the man cave, I might have got a little excited when I saw the kick. I mean, that kick was exciting, but the other kick that started far to the right and then swerved in, it looked like one of my golf shots, except mine would have hit a tree.
I was talking to it, man.
It started out, I was like, oh, man, here we go. We missed another one. And then it hooked back in. I was like, oh, okay, there we go.
Got to turn.
About a yard further than it needed to be. I mean, we talked to him at postgame, and he was upset about leaving it short at 53 last week. He hit the crossbar, right? And so he had 2 more chances today, and about a yard further each time than he needed. That was huge. I don't know if you're going to adjust and work on that from week to week.
London's not known for that thin air either,
Right. But a couple big kicks there for sure. Jaguars win it. The final score 23-20. We'll come back in a moment. One more segment, and we have about 15 minutes or so when we come back to get more of your calls. 355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351. We're here until 3 o'clock. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Great teams leave it all on the field. But with the powerful towing and payload that Ford F-150 delivers, you can take it all with you, too. No wonder Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck 44 years straight. The 2021 Ford F-150, built for greatness. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Need pest control that's safe and actually works? Then look no further than Jaguar's proud partner, Kingfish Pest Control. Kingfish is family-owned and has thousands of 5-star customer reviews for good reason. Their high level of customer care and quality service is off the charts. They're the leaders in pest control technology, using the industry's latest and greatest pest application equipment and products. They'll even email a picture of the technician who'll be coming to your home. Let the pros tackle the pest in your home. Go to kingfishpest.com. That's kingfishpest.com. The Dick's Wings and Grill family of restaurants is a proud sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They invite you to stop into one of their area neighborhood grills where you can count on fresh quality wings where you call the flavor. At Dick's Wings and Grill, their menu has a food and flavor for everyone in your group. If you prefer delivery or online ordering, just visit dickswingsandgrill.com. Every Dick's Wings and Grill is locally owned and operated. Dick's Wings and Grill, winging it since 1994. It's not kickoff without the small places that make Jaguars game day big. That's why Crown Royal is turning game day into giving day by supporting communities that serve us off the field. Nominate a local community hero to win the ultimate Jaguars game day experience at jaguars.com/Crown Royal promotion. Because Crown Royal believes if you live generously, life will treat you royally. Visit crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
The Jaguars Scoreboard Show continues right now.
Welcome back to Scoreboard Show. We're here until 3 o'clock, and then the fifth quarter will take over. Our number here, 355-NFL-1. Couple calls on the line. We'll get to them. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, and Bucky Brooks.
Yes, we will. Let's head up to Kyrie, who usually checks in here on the Scoreboard Show from Norfolk, Virginia. Kyrie, you're on with Bucky Brooks. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. We got it. We did it, fellas. We did it. We finally got a win. I'm excited. I'm just thankful. I was kind of nervous, but, hey, listen, let's enjoy this win. We'll talk more about the game later on this week, but I'm just happy we got the win in this losing streak, and I can finally re-watch a game and not throw it out. Go Jags.
There you go. Thank you, Kyrie.
You don't even want to watch it back, Bucky. That's how bad it's been.
Hey, man, look, that losing is tough. It's tough on everybody. It's tough on everybody associated with the Jaguars. It's hard to wear your gear. It's hard to wear your stuff. It's hard to say that that's the team that you support because it had been such a long time since the Jaguars had got a win that you weren't necessarily getting a return on your investment, you know, from an emotional standpoint. So it's tough. So it's great that everyone in Duval will be excited about it, all the Jaguars fans around the world, because we have to talk about the UK, have an opportunity to have what we call a Victory Monday. And so it'll be a good thing. And then because it extends into the bye week, we actually get to have 2 Victory Mondays. We get to have it for 2 weeks to celebrate the win and then get ready for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and don't forget Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all the other days as well. I mean, JP, you can watch it just once a day. You know, it's not asking too much for the next 2 weeks.
Not at all. I'll just watch the fourth quarter. I don't want to watch the first quarter again.
I get it, man. You don't want to go back and watch your team lose again and again and again. So congrats, Kyrie, to all the Jaguar fans out there. We've got Donald on the north side who's got a pretty interesting story here. Donald, you're on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead. What happened with you?
Well, I got a good story. My buddy on that 4th and 8 gets a little upset, thinks we're going to give the game away again, like we always do. Gets up, kicks the screen door on the front of his house, and ends up, he's at the hospital celebrating the win, getting his leg stitched up because he's got about a 4-inch gash on his leg right by his ankle.
Now,
he's celebrating the Jags win by getting stitched up today.
At what point did he kick it, though? Did he kick it when it was 4th and 8, and when the play was
4th
run?
and 8, thinking it was over.
Okay,
we're about to give the game away, and just got up and just meleeed the door.
The door, not the TV screen, the screen door.
Yeah.
Okay.
The screen door.
Keep the TV going. Don't kick the TV until after the game.
Don't kick the TV.
I mean,
he almost passes out, sees that we win, and he goes rush to the hospital and get his leg stitched up. So
Did somebody drive him there, or did he have to drive himself?
yeah. He got his. I think his
All right, you
grandma.
got a ride. All right.
You're going to have to wait until this game's over, bud.
That's right.
Sorry. Yeah.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, buddy. If that had gone to overtime, Bucky, there would have been some blood on the floor.
Get a tourniquet?
Absolutely. Had to put a little tourniquet on it. All that other stuff. Getting excited. You got to keep your emotions in check. But I understand the frustration was at an all-time high for everybody. I may have uttered a few words during that situation, but we got it done. So all is forgiven. We move on. We're 1-0 for the week, so that's a good thing.
I think a few words were uttered in a lot of places, including this very studio.
This room right here.
But more celebratory than anything. Like, we weren't kicking anything. We've seen worse positions for the Jaguars at that point in time. But I think it does show you guys that even on a 20-game losing streak, this is a fan base that could have had everything taken out of them, and here they are, 20 in a row. They're over in London. They're playing a not very good Dolphin team, and they're just hanging on every single snap of that football game because they so desperately want to see their team have some success. So it's nice to see that passion get paid off, Buck.
Yeah, it definitely is nice to see that passion get paid off. A lot of people have been supporting the Jaguars, highs and lows, and over the last decade, it's been a lot of lows, not a lot of success. And so to finally get a win, everyone can kind of celebrate in that and look forward to, hey, maybe we can stack another one, because when Seattle comes in, depending on how the outcome of the game is, Geno Smith could be the starting quarterback, could be a different version of the Seattle Seahawks than we're accustomed to. So optimism should be brimming in Duval.
Yeah, you got a whole week to kind of get some things right, get some guys healthy again. They've got some nicks, some guys banged up. Miles Jack didn't make the trip this week, and we saw that in points of the game really stand out. They had issues in coverage against tight ends. Again, stop me if you've heard that before. That's happened over the years around here. But the tight ends for the Dolphins had a big day today. So it's a good week to kind of get everybody back on track, get everybody back as healthy as you can for what is a long stretch run coming up, Buck.
Yeah, long stretch run. Because you had the bye week so soon, you now have 9 games or 10 games, 10 or 11. How many
11.
games? 11 games. 11 games in a row. And so that's a stretch. And so the coaches have to be aware of that. And so they're still going to have to make some adjustments to the practice schedule to make sure that this team is playing good football at the end of the year, because you can't wear the guys out with all the physical practices and all that stuff. It's going to come a point where Urban Meyer and the coaching staff, they're going to have to make decisions on how they can make it more mental than physical when the guys are on the field.
Buggy, do you think they have the personnel to improve greatly on defense here? I mean, because, when you look at the bottom line, 431 yards, I think, is what Miami put up today. And, that way that first half was going, it was just kind of a boat race up and down the field a little bit. The score didn't indicate that, but the yardage did. I saw a lot of bad coverage today. Look, in the end, you're happy you take the win, and we're not going to kill them for it in the next 24 hours or so. But the reality is, moving on, they've got to get a lot better in that department.
They have to get better, but it depends on, as a coaching staff, at some point you have to recognize what you have, and you may have to call the game a certain way to protect the players that you have. So it might be a situation where Joe Cullen has looked at the team and said, look, we can't necessarily hold people without moving the ball, but what we can do is let them have as many yards as they want to have in between the 20s, but let's play great defense in the red zone. There are 2 categories that you really want to look at when it comes to defense: turnovers and points allowed. And so if they're doing a great job turning the ball over, and if they're only giving up 20 points like they gave up today, they can win a lot of games in this NFL, because 20 points that'll put you, I think it puts you right around 6 or 7 right now in the league if you're only giving up 20 points. Yards don't matter as much, but if you can eliminate the big plays and not give up the scores in the red zone, make people kick field goals as opposed to getting 7, that's a winning effort. And so you have to look at the personnel. Maybe Joe Cullen has done that, and they've kind of tweaked how they go about it with their aggressiveness.
20 on the nose is one thing, JP. What was the number we saw today? 24 consecutive games in which they've allowed 20 or more points. So
Third
one of the
most in league history.
Right, one of the longest streaks in league history. So, 20 in today's NFL, not bad. It's the 28s, the 33s. It's all these other ones that go over 20, Bucky. I'm just saying,
We won. I can't
we
this.
did win.
Save this for Wednesday.
We did
Save
win.
This for Wednesday. Let me revel in a victory for once. I can't
Revel
hear
away.
the negative Nancy talk. Like, come on.
All right.
Like, put that stat. Whoever gave you the stat, tell them to put that in their pocket for me.
CBS gave me that stat. It was right there on the TV screen today.
Columbia
I don't know what to tell
broadcast system.
When those things come up, I close my eyes.
All right.
Wow. So Jags win, and it's a bye week coming up, and then it's on to Seattle after that. And you're right, Bucky. You know, they're not going to have Russell Wilson. It could be a different look and feel in Seattle. It's still another long trip to the Pacific Northwest in a place that is hostile and loud and all the things that come with the 12s up there in Seattle. And it will be a challenge starting in 2 weeks' time up in Seattle. And what would that be? Week 8, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be a challenge, but guess what? I know I'd rather face Geno Smith than Russell Wilson.
Heck yeah.
And so if I'm building a defensive game plan, I am okay about that. I'm dialing them up. Joe Cullen gets to have some fun and see, because we'll see what Geno Smith looks like against the Pittsburgh Steelers here later. But, I mean, I think if you had to give me a choice and say, hey, which would you rather face? Yeah, let's put Russell Wilson behind door number 1. Let's face the other guy.
Oh, no doubt. But I'll say that Geno did look pretty good coming off the bench cold last week, but give a team a week to get ready for him. You know, we'll see what he does against Pittsburgh tonight, and then he doesn't know what he's getting into 2 weeks from now, JP.
No, Mike, it's easy. It's almost like being a pickup basketball player. Like, sometimes you can come off the bench and do it, but then when you sit down and have to go back and play, particularly when you're over 30, over 40, over 50, it's a different thing. So that Geno we saw on Thursday night, man, we should enjoy that, because I don't think that's going to be the same Geno that shows up when we start playing.
Hope not.
I love it. Yeah, that would be nice. Couple weeks' time, the Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks out in Seattle. The Jaguars relishing in a win today. You know, I think they figured out the kicker, Bucky. I think that's the moral of the story at the end of the game today. You can't say it's not Matthew Wright's gig.
I think so. We're ready to do it after 1 week. We're ready to give it to him. Are we going to hold on and just kind of keep Lambeau just kind of hanging around just to make sure that it's good?
I mean,
they solidified?
They did everything but knight the guy today in London. I mean, he did everything he needed to do. The queen wasn't there with the sword. That's the only thing left, I think.
I mean, it is. But let's just hold off a little bit before we crown.
Okay,
like this,
all right.
That's easy. It's good for a week. Let's see if he can come back and handle success. Can he handle success the next time we run out the tunnel? Can he handle success and make extra points and the makeable field goals and those things?
All right. You're tapping the brakes a little bit.
For a team that had not had a field goal in 5 games, I'm going to say Matthew Wright's probably got 1 foot in the door.
Okay,
at the very least.
Gosh, we giving lifetime achievement awards.
Hey,
we can put him in the ring of honor.
You lose 20 in a row. You lose 20 in a row. You do what that guy did today.
Give him a teal jacket.
He better get
name
something.
The street in front of the stadium in front of him. Like,
there's a statue being built outside. I don't know. They're going to get home, and he's going to have one right by the Jaguar statue out here. It's amazing how that works.
I mean, I get it. We won. So look, I'm gonna do that right now. I will do it until Wednesday, because I just got on Demp about not being negative and all that. I'm gonna be positive. Yes. Hey, let's sign him. Let's send him to an extension. Let's put his name up in lights. Let's make sure the number is out there retired and all that other stuff. Whatever we need.
He gets a residence at the Four Seasons. Like, that's part of the deal. No.
Hey, as long as it's not my corner room. We've already talked about that. You promised me that I could get a corner room at the Four Seasons when the new development comes.
Yeah.
So he can't take my room. He can find another corner.
Your neighbors with Matthew Wright.
I don't think it gets him a lifetime deal, but, man, it's got to give him a little bit of a grace period. This team hasn't had much go right for it in the last season and a half to have the game he did today and come through in the clutch with all that's gone into that kicking situation, with all the kickers they had last year and all the misses they had this year. Even if he doesn't ever make another game winner for this team, he'll never forget this one.
Yeah, big time. Bucky, great show, and we'll talk to you early this week, and it might be a little bit because the bye week's coming up, but enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Oh, man, it should be a lot of fun. It'll be a minute, but, hey, man, it should be fired up when we get on the pod. I got lots of positive stuff, a lot of positive stuff to do. I can't wait to tune in tomorrow to see you and Prisco and Baselli, like it should be all verbal bouquets, all positive stuff, gumdrops and lollipops. I expect.
We might have to double team Prisco just to keep him down because you never know with him. You know how that goes. We'll talk to you, Buck.
See you, Buck.
All right, man. Have fun.
Bucky Brooks out of here. You guys have Jaguars today, tomorrow?
Yes, after about 12 hours of sleep.
Go get some of that sleep.
I'm
right
going to
now.
get some, but no, we'll be excited. Victory Monday tomorrow, and tomorrow is not the day to dwell on any of the negativity. Trust me. There are realities out there that will face this football team going forward, but Jaguar fans deserve at least a day to be celebratory and just bask in it and revel in it and realize that, hey, Dolphin fans, any of you listening, you are officially the worst team in the state of Florida. Enjoy that.
How about that? Yeah.
Hey.
That would make
it's what we got. It may not
make
be
us the second best.
It may not
team,
be a
right?
high bar, but you know what? The best team's the Super Bowl champs. We're second best right now.
I'll take that. Silver. Ain't nothing wrong
What
with
we
silver
got.
right now. That's
What
fine.
we got.
Better than not having anything. So we'll take that. Thanks to our entire crew. It's been a long, long day. A lot of early risers today. We were, yes, playing at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We were up with the Roosters. And thanks to everybody for getting it done today. Linda Fortunato, Joe Fortunato, Brent Reber, Trent Padilla, our entire Jaguars.com crew on the back end, cutting all the video and the highlights today as it happened. Patrick Cavanaugh was here today. Tony Smith on the audio side. For Mike Dempsey and Bucky Brooks, I'm JP Shadrick. Thank you for listening. Coming up next, the fifth quarter, they'll take more of your phone calls. Jaguars win it 23-20 over the Dolphins. And this has been the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.